appealing to you to contribute to aid our officers in any little way possible. 1,000 Ghana cedis. Please find attached some pictures of the incident. 1,000 Ghana cedis. 5. Counting very much on your usual generosity and speedy response. Francis Omane Ado, Director of Prisons Welfare, blah, 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 blah. Appeal for support for flood victims of the Ghana Prison Service. This is a shame, sir.
That's to you.
No, this is a big shame.
No, to us it's not.
Let me explain this to
us it's not.
Do you know why this is a shame? Then you can come in. Okay. This is a shame and it's a disgrace. If we are treating men in uniform like this, yes, you are the PRO. You may find your nice way of trying to rebut this. But the reality on the ground is that this must not happen under the sun. And this is bone-rocking disgrace. This is a bone-rocking disgrace. That in a country like Ghana, just 120 prison officers and their families were displaced. And an institution that rakes in over 1 million Ghana cedis could not have any better contingency plan to take care of these officers. The Ministry of Interior could not reason up that these are officers that we have entrusted hardened criminals into their care. And we sit down and we watch them being displaced by floods, their families and everybody. And please,
government will come in.
Government will come in when?
Government comes. We need to do something on our own.
1,000 cities.
I've told you that's preliminary, by the local arrangement.
What is the local arrangement?
The prison administration is also mobilizing.
Mobilizing what?
To be able to go.
You don't have to mobilize. You take 1 million Ghana cedis every month.
I have no idea what that money is used for.
What is it used for?
We have welfare. Do you know how many people fall sick? Within us?
Chief.
On a daily basis?
Chief.
So are you suggesting that money is being used?
Everybody knows me. I've been very generous to you as far as this particular conversation is concerned.
Yes.
Let's not go there. You told me right here in your seat that people fall sick and before government reimburse the prison service, you pay them.
Yes.
Meanwhile, you don't pay.
Oh, who told you we don't pay?
Look, and you have several officers whose medical bills you've not paid.
That I agree, medical refunds.
And you were telling me your welfare people come in and you pay medical bills. Where?
I don't have records.
Otherwise, even that do not make revenue.
That our welfare has taken care of.
CSP,
their medical bills.
Even that waits on government for
urgently they need to go undergo surgical operation.
And how many people undergo emergency surgical operations a year in the prison service? Tell me.
I don't have the statistics to give you.
And are you telling me that all your money goes into emergency medical surgeries for the officers? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Welfare issues. It may not be only sickness. So
you are telling me just last month that you took over 1 million Ghana cedis from the officers. All the money is gone into welfare. So you don't have any money to take care of just 120 officers. Is that what you're trying to tell me, CSP?
We are taking care of. We are not taking care of them.
1,000 Ghana. 1,000 Ghana.
I told you was preliminary.
Now you agree to my 1,000.
There are arrangements to address the situation.
Arrangements?
To attend. Yes.
Arrangements?
Of course.
So where are they?
The arrangements.
No, where are the officers?
Okay, now let's come back to the flood. The flood waters have subsided. And so people have returned to their places.
Where were they?
We kept them at a safe place.
Where? Where?
The exact place.
Did you pay for it?
No, we didn't pay for it.
You didn't pay for where you relocated them?
No.
You didn't pay for
a place to keep them, so we didn't have to pay for it.
You had another place?
Yes.
So why are you then moving them back to where it was flooded? If you have a safe place for them, why don't you keep them there?
That was temporary. We can't keep them there forever. That was temporary.
So they are moving in?
Yes, they are gradually moving to their places.
They are gradually moving in?
Yes.
What have you done so they can move in safely?
It was the flood that came to get the place submerged. And so once the flood waters have subsided, the rooms are okay. So they are returning to their rooms.
They are returning to the rooms just like that?
What do you mean by just like that?
But you know, officer, you and I knows that when your place is flooded, bacterias, viruses,
Also, you are talking of
and
disinfection.
on
That
all
has been
those
done.
things. Have you done that?
Yes, yes, yes.
When? Are you saying yes?
Oh, yes, I'm aware.
You have done that at Cape Coast? CSP, look into my eyes and tell me this lie again.
Which one do you call
No,
it?
look into my eyes and tell me this lie again that you've disinfected the flooded quarters. Have you?
Oh, yes, I think it's been done.
No, don't use to think. Look into my eyes and tell me this lie again. Have you?
I assume it's been done.
No, you not assuming.
I assume
Officer,
it's been done.
No. Look into my eyes and categorically tell me this lie again. Have you disinfected that place?
If you say Hawaii,
Have you? I mean the service. Have
yes.
you?
That's what I'm saying. I assume it's been done because it's supposed to be
You
done.
assume as the PRO,
Yes.
you have no idea. Assumption as a uniform man.
Not that I have no idea. Don't say it that way.
Assumption here.
I don't need to have every single information.
You must.
Things that
Because
are
we
supposed-
told you why we're
things-
bringing you here.
Things,
No,
things,
then
things that are
without due
supposed to be
respect,
done.
sir, then
Things
without
that are
due
supposed to
respect,
be
sir,
done.
I beg you,
I
you should
expect
go
them to
and
be done so I
ask
can
for a
go on
transfer and somebody else takes your position.
Oh.
Because we told you why we're bringing you here.
So, okay, let's
Have
get
you
there.
disinfected the place? Yes
I'll
or
check.
no?
Okay, I'll check that for you.
Jesus Christ. And so if the people are moving in, they are moving in to go and live with the viruses and the bacteria over there? Is that what you're trying to tell us? After taking over 1 million Ghana cedis a
I'll
month?
check that for you. I'll check that for you. But coming back to the floods, I think I need to put this on record. I think that the interview my colleague, the Central Regional PRO, granted TV3, which formed the basis of your discussion on your shows, where you intimated that he downplayed the gravity of the
Yes, he
of the
did.
thing.
Yes, he
I
did.
think you took him out of context.
No.
The
I
question
did
that
not.
was posed to him, please, let me land. The question that was posed to him was in respect of the
Okay,
prisons
you want to
specifically.
speak for him so I can ask you the questions I want to ask him. You want to speak for him?
Let me clarify.
No.
Let me clarify.
No,
Let me clarify.
you will
Let me
clarify. But
yes.
I want to know now that you want to speak for the Central Regional PRO so that the questions I have for him, I'll ask you.
I'm speaking for the prison service.
Then don't speak for him. Because I want him, he himself would also be on the line to answer my
But
question.
once I'm here, let me clarify that.
You want to clarify?
You don't-
If
you
you
don't allow me
clarify,
to clarify.
no, I'll ask you the questions.
Well, if the questions are for me, why not?
No, the questions are for him.
So you reserve questions that are meant specifically for him. But if there are questions that have to do with the Ghana Prison Service, you can ask me. Are you with me? If there are questions that have to do with the prison service, ask me and I'll answer. But if there are personal questions to him, they can keep them for him. I'm saying that I think that your interpretation of his interview, you took him out of context.
Okay, so what did he say?
The question that was posed to him was in respect of the prisons specifically. When he was asked about structural integrity of the prison facility that were flooded.
That's right.
And he said no prison facility was flooded and no single prisoner was affected. And that it was only the prison's barracks. And even the barracks, it wasn't the whole barracks, but a segment of the barracks. And that is specifically true.
Yes.
He didn't say anything wrong about that.
But what did I say wrong?
You seem to suggest that.
No,
you sought to suggest that.
don't suggest anything to me. Say what I said.
You said, or can I say, Shinsi.
But okay, say hwenyede.
Shinsi, yeah.
Me say,
There is your kitty
okay, say hwe bibi kitiwa bi na siye na nipa baako pɛ ɛna ewu. You call an officer nipa baako pɛ.
There be. You know he spoke English.
Huh?
You know he spoke English.
Chief.
No, he spoke English. You misinterpreted
See,
me.
no, CSP.
Yes.
Let me tell you. You are in uniform.
Had it not been
Had it not been what?
the death of a prison officer.
Oh, did you listen to the entire interview?
Oh yes, I did.
Chief,
I have it on my phone.
you are in uniform.
Yes, I am.
And it will be primarily difficult for you to accept certain things on national television like this. It will be very disastrous professionally on your part that you will be sitting on the biggest breakfast show in Ghana now and accept certain things. So I perfectly understand your position. But the truth of the matter is that deep down in your heart, you know that prison officers are treated like chicken shit. You know it.
Well, maybe that is by your assessment.
And you know very well that if it is any thinking country that 120 officers were displaced by flooding, something remarkable would have been done by now. If not by the service, by the state. Number 3, by now, something remarkable also. And service, no, I am officers, no. And we sit in this country and we joke with everything. And PROs of the various services, you've been rendered to nothing but to sing songs and clap your hands and dance to the tunes of whosoever. This is the pain that we go through. And we want you to understand that the junior officers are also human beings. They can one day rise through the ranks to become director generals, to become directors and so on.
Are you aware, if you're... Can I come in?
Oh, yes, sure.
Are you aware
the officers will come, some of them will come online.
There were senior officers also affected in that flood.
Senior officer?
Yes.
Affected in that flood?
Yes.
They are all prison officers.
So if you mentioned junior officers.
I am only telling you how
that they are also human beings.
How they've been treated over the years, and you know that.
If you say that,
if
you say that, I don't think you are.
How many senior officers will go?
Does it mean? Do you mean to say that as administration we are treating them like they are not human beings? Are you saying the service is treating junior officers as if they are not human beings? And that was one of the statements you made also on that same show.
Tell me, if a senior officer, if a director,
what you did by that is that you caused serious disaffection for that officer. Did any, I find very wrong.
Did any of your senior officers, your directors, did any of them got displaced by the floods?
Today, I mean, in that recent flood. No director lives in Ankaful.
If any high-ranked officer went through the same thing, the discussion would have been different. Which you know.
Oh, but you know that in every society, there are levels of things that are done. Every society, there are levels.
Thank you.
There are levels.
This is what I want to hear.
Only about
this is what I want to hear from.
Yes.
This is what I want to hear from you.
There are levels.
This is what I want to hear from you.
And then coming back to your issue about treatment of directors.
I am not talking about treatment of directors. So you want us to drag this interview?
You mentioned it. That's what I'm coming to.
I am not talking about that.
Okay. So
I want to thank you. First of all, tell your service commanders to go and disinfect the place. Disinfectants, they are just cheap on the market to buy. You take over 1 million Ghana cedis. You can't just employ the services of any of these environmental protection agents across the country.
I would have been very much surprised if that has not been done. I would be surprised if it has not been done, yes. Because the Director General was there and mentioned it. So I expected that it has been done.
I want to thank you. If we should continue this, it will be very hot for you. And I think...
So you are ending the show?
Oh, no. I mean, you need to go to the office and work.
Oh, but... Okay, so let's say it well. You are trying to suggest that...
Oh, no. If we should continue...
Because it will be hot for me.
No.
Okay.
If we should continue this, we will run the whole show for a whole week. And I will still not be satisfied with the ill treatment meted to prison officers in this country.
No, I am not trying to.
And you know very well that you don't even have vehicles to convey prisoners to court.
Yes, I know we have logistics challenges. Yes,
you know that.
Oh yes.
When you say me prison for kawo at Chimota Moda, me share them pia.
Ah, okay. Oh yeah, dear. Mo.
Me my idea me mo. Car kura ye de be fa prison akoko to kura bi ni o. And in 20
Captain my idea.
Me ma hwa bi.
Yeah.
Enti na me tua tax no. Enti na what welfare no.
And if I want for
what are you talking about? Ufa officer ekojina wiem. Only directive jackets. There's a prisoners bear 10. Now officer baku, no weapon, not even the cutlass. Na baku dwania, what's your officer then kope nemra? 1844 a cake laws.
Logistics requirements.
I want to thank you, CSP Karija Chem, Chief Supo of Prisons, Chief Public Relations Officer of the Ghana Prison Service. I really appreciate your time coming on my show, on our show. It's your show as well. Any day, anytime you have something to tell us, you're welcome.